Hey everyone, it's Sean, and welcome to Invest with Fire. In this video, I want to talk about how Ethereum is on track to move to the $6,000 to $14,000 price range. Now, if this video is helpful, like and subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps out with the channel. And for more up-to-date information, follow me on Twitter at Invest with Fire. Now, the climbing price of Ethereum comes down to the recent Alter update to the Ethereum beacon chain, and this is all part of the protocol's transition to Ethereum 2.0. And so basically what they're doing is transitioning from a proof of work to a proof of stake consensus mechanism. And what they're also doing is that they're burning Ethereum, which decreases the supply of Ethereum and increases the value of each Ethereum. So this is helping with the price of Ethereum. Now looking at this article, we have these people saying that a impulse wave could push the price of Ethereum to $6,000. This analyst is saying that this breakout could happen soon. And we also have this person saying that he looked at fractional patterns, and he's saying that if we look at 17, then this is how 2021 will look like, and that this extreme move is coming soon to $14,000. Now I want to take a look at the charts and the data to see where we're at with Ethereum. And also kind of give you kind of caution because if we kind of just take a glance at this price chart, all he's doing is taking the price movement from 17 and overlaying it on 2021. And if you look at this, it shows that the peak of Ethereum could happen at the end of 2021. It's hard to see here because the chart is so small. But you can see here, if we look down right here, this is the start of 2022. So if you just if you don't pay attention to this, it might give you a false impression that Ethereum could be hitting its market cycle peak at 2021. So right here we have the price chart of Ethereum from Ethereum to US dollar. Ethereum is trading at $4,777. And on this chart right here, I have these measurements where I looked at the previous averages of Ethereum. And I looked at the price action. And on average in the fourth quarter, Ethereum moved by 26%. And after fourth quarter, on average, Ethereum moved by 248%. And I did a whole video where I explained and looked into this data. And this data is based just purely on averages. So if we take a look at my charts, you can see here, right here we have the Ethereum to US dollar trading pair. And on average, Ethereum moved up by 27%. If we take a look after 2017, after the market cycle peak, Ethereum moved by 46%. And if we looked after fourth quarter, Ethereum moved by 1,396%. And after 2017, 252%. Here's a bar chart of this data. And it's easy to see that during the fourth quarter, Ethereum's price has been slowly moving up in terms of returns. And after fourth quarter, Ethereum has also moved up in terms of return too. Here's a line graph of that same data. So we see definitely increasing returns. Now, if we look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin trading pair, on average, Ethereum has gone down during the fourth quarter. So here we take a look at the bar chart and a line graph. You can see this blue line, this is Ethereum to Bitcoin, and you can see that kind of the returns of Ethereum against Bitcoin don't do too well during the fourth quarter. But after the fourth quarter to each market cycle peak, the returns are increasing for Ethereum to Bitcoin. So this is what this measurement is, and right now we're definitely on track. And we are actually above averages. And this makes sense because Ethereum's total addressable market, is endless, right? Ethereum is trying to basically become the internet computer of the world. And so there's a lot of things that Ethereum can do. And if we just look at this previous year, Ethereum's getting into DeFi and NFTs. So Ethereum has more money coming into the chain compared to Bitcoin. Its main value proposition is that it's a great store of value. Now looking at this chart, we're definitely on track to the $6,000 to $14,000 price range. And if we see here, we're right here, and on average, Ethereum has moved up by this much, and we are going above the previous averages for fourth quarter. And you can see here, this is the price range after the fourth quarter. And on average, it takes about 140 days for Ethereum to reach its market cycle peak. So let's just say if we take that average, then Ethereum could be peaking around May 2022. And this contradicts what these analysts are saying, that breakouts happening, this extreme move is happening, $14,000, and he's saying that this can happen over 2 to 3 months. But just looking on average, it takes about 140 days for Ethereum to reach its market cycle peak. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen in a couple months. So let's just say March, around this area. But this is highly dependent on what Bitcoin is doing, right? Because if Bitcoin tanks, then all the other altcoins, including Ethereum, which is not really an altcoin anymore, bleeds. So if we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is trading at $66,000, and we are definitely above this bull market support band right here, which is great. And we're past all-time highs right now, and we're in price discovery mode with Bitcoin. However, if we look at Ethereum and where it peaks compared to Bitcoin, so down below we have this line graph right here, and this is the price of Bitcoin. And if we take a look at the previous market cycle peak, where we had that local top, where back in April, where Bitcoin peaked at about $60,000 right here. And this is based on weekly. I know the previous all-time high of Bitcoin was higher. But if we just look at from a weekly chart, we can see Bitcoin peaked right here. Back on April 5th, 2021. Now, Ethereum peaked in May 10th, 2021. And we also see this pattern here where Bitcoin tends to dead cat bounce, and then altcoins start making their runs. So my point is that Bitcoin needs to peak in order for altcoins to rally. And this is kind of what we've been seeing in the previous market cycle peaks. So if you want another example, let's take a look at the previous 2017 and 18 example. And you can see here, Bitcoin, when it hit its previous all-time high of $18,000 for each Bitcoin, you can see here again, Bitcoin dead cat bounce, where it went up, and then we had a little rally during a downtrend, and then went down from there. And if we take a look at Ethereum, Ethereum, when Bitcoin was peaking, was not at its all-time high. Ethereum reached its market cycle peak, if you take a look at this candle, around $16,000. But you can see here, the top was when Bitcoin was going down after its dead cat bounce. So yeah, we can have a breakout coming up. And I hope we do have a breakout with Ethereum, because I'm actively buying Ethereum right now. But I just kind of want to just show you examples where these analysts are saying that Bitcoin can peak and this breakout is coming soon. That has to be yet seen right now, because it really just depends on what Bitcoin is doing. If we take a look at Bitcoin, we are not near the market cycle peak at all. So right here on this indicator is a log growth curve. And once we're up in this upper region right here, then yeah, I would say that we're near our market cycle top for Bitcoin. But right now, we are far from it. And we still have a lot of work to do. I mean, Bitcoin would essentially increase its market cap by 40% in order to hit just $100,000. And that's a lot of money that needs to come into Bitcoin right now. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm just saying that the odds of this happening by the end of the year, I mean, it's decreasing day by day. the longer that we take. So this red line shows the end of the year of 2021, and Bitcoin would just need to go to the moon from here. And that's a lot of money that needs to come to Bitcoin. And if we take a look at Ethereum, right, Ethereum would need a peak before 2021. And taking a look again at that chart where the analyst is saying that this extreme move is coming, I mean, Bitcoin would need a peak in order for Ethereum to basically follow and peak after that. And for all that to happen before the end of the year, I mean, the chances are decreasing day by day. And I'm not saying it can't happen, and I'm hoping that it happens, but we still have some more work to be done in order for Bitcoin and Ethereum to peak right now. So that's why I just want to give you a little, heads up. Whenever you see this kind of predictions and like you see these charts, just try to take a closer look at them and just try to think about, hey, if this is possible. Because during the previous all market cycle peaks, Bitcoin tends to go up first and peak, and then Ethereum goes up and peak, and then the altcoins follow along with Ethereum. So right now, my plan is I'm still dollar cost averaging in Ethereum each week, and I'm hoping Ethereum trades sideways for longer and longer. Because the more that Ethereum trades sideways, the higher that Ethereum can go for this market cycle peak. I know there's a bunch of coins out there, but in my opinion, Ethereum has one of the best returns to risk ratios out there. And if you are going to buy altcoin, make sure that it's not bleeding against Ethereum. So for example, if we take a look at some trading pairs, so for example, if we take a look at it, Cardano against Ethereum, we can see that Cardano has been bleeding against Ethereum recently, right here. And Cardano is kind of going back and forth with the value against Ethereum right here. And so during this time from August to now, where Cardano is basically kind of just been going downward, it would just been better to buy Ethereum during this time because Ethereum is gaining returns over Cardano. So, this is just kind of one example. So just make sure you look at this trading pair, Cardano to Ethereum, or any other altcoin that you have. Make sure that it's not bleeding and losing value against Ethereum before you buy it. So in conclusion, Ethereum is on track to the $6,000 to $14,000 price range. But the question is, when is this going to happen? And just looking at the market cycles and the previous averages of the previous market cycles, it doesn't seem like Ethereum will actually hit $14,000 in 2021. But of course, this is depending on what Bitcoin is doing right now. And just looking at Bitcoin, it just seems like it's going to be hard for Bitcoin to hit its market cycle peak during 2021. Of course, I'm hoping it does. But if it does, it's going to show that Bitcoin and Ethereum is overextended. And for that to happen, just looking at the previous market cycles, Ethereum peaks after Bitcoin. So Bitcoin would need to peak soon in order for Ethereum to peak after that. So this needs to happen all soon. So, I definitely see this happening over the next couple months, but even a little bit later than that, if we just look purely at the averages, because again, just on average, it takes a little while for Ethereum to reach its market cycle peak. So if we look back here, it took an average 140 days, which pushes us out to May 2022. So I hope this was helpful. Like and subscribe if the video was helpful. Follow me on Twitter at InvestWithFire, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.